This gentleman says, pretty sure Cleopatra wasn't a hen in the stable. Yeah, nope. Somewhat, but back in the day, men had the distinguishing difference between the true matriarch and the whore of Babylon, right? They didn't have the whore of Babylon. They had a true matriarch, which was Cleopatra. So she was able to command men because she had the wisdom and the love and wisdom, and they went to her for guidance. And then the world was kind of in like a heavenly existence when Mark Antony, Cleopatra, and Caesar were all together. But then things started to get a bit dicey because Julius Caesar was off trying to make peace with Rome. This is the lesson from that era. It's like, you can't really mix oil and water, though Caesar wanted to try and mix oil and water. He felt he had it in him to mix oil and water, and he didn't. And he was able to be killed, which was like kind of a miracle. It was kind of weird that it was even possible. The world started to fall to the dark side of the moon, mixing oil and water. Mark Antony thought it was okay to go and party in Rome because Julius Caesar was like, we got to entertain Rome. So Mark Antony was over in Rome just dabbling with hookers and alcoholism, and Cleopatra was over here by herself. So when Julius Caesar died, was killed, she was like, oh my God, don't know what to do. And then Mark Antony wouldn't come home. So she was like, just tell that motherfucker I died. Because the pain of thinking he was alive and out there and she was alive and out there was too much. So she's like, just tell that motherfucker I died. And then when they told him that she died, he killed himself. It's like, you can't mix sin and righteousness. You can't mix oil and water. You can't mix these two. For enterprise, for money, you can't mix these two. These men tried to do it back then, and we need to learn different this time. Don't make the same mistakes. You gotta be all righteous, and you gotta know what righteousness is, and you gotta be able to define it with words. You need to be able to debate it with words, not just the Bible, but with words, with experience. Keep it to the fact that people that dabble in sin tend to have bad personalities. They tend to backstab you. You can't fuck with people in sin. They will backstab you. This is why we don't mix. We had to learn this from that time period. And Cleopatra was kind of like a hen in her stable, but she wasn't, because she had powerful men listening to her until they didn't. Until they didn't. And the world fell to the dark side of the moon. Her and Mark Antony tried to fight one more battle together, and they lost. And they should have all known that the reason why they lost was because first it was Julius dabbling in this, and Cleopatra was like, please don't. And Mark Antony was in Rome, and she's like, please come home. And he wouldn't, and the world fell. Because they stopped listening to her, it seems.